They call me Squirrel.
What's going on, Squirrel Squad? It's your boy, the Squirrel, and I'm back with some Al Murray. Yeah, love Al Murray. God, the pub landlord character has become one of my favorite characters in the world. This guy he's brilliant. I use that term a lot. If I respond to your comments, I try to get as many of them as I can. I'm always talking about how brilliant this guy is. He is truly brilliant. A lot of people have sent me over clips of Al outside of character, which I really appreciate because I've watched a few of those, and it's interesting to see, you know, the two different sides of Al. But this is the side that I enjoy the most, and this is why the British are undefeated World War champions. Now, I had a couple people request this, and I thought that it was the same video as Name a Country We've Defeated Them. And then I commented back to a few people and said, oh, yeah, I already did that one, you know, and they were like, no. This is different. You got to check this one out. So I'm going to go for that. We're going to trust that, and we're going to see how it turns out. So here we go. This is why the British are undefeated World War champions. And coming from Al's brilliant mind through the pub landlord character, this should be tremendous.
We currently, the British, are World War champions of the world. Undisputed World War. Yeah? We haven't lost a war. We haven't lost a war for 1,000 fucking years, that's a fact. Yeah, we even had a war against the French that lasted 100 years, called the 100 Years' War. And the reason it lasted 100 years is because we're enjoying winning it so much, we've spun it out for the full century. If it's going well, you stay at the crease, don't you? Now, the point is...
It's a cricket term, I think.
I mean, we had to help the Americans in the Iraq War, and there are people who say the Iraq War was unnecessary. I cannot agree. It was essential practice. In case one comes along, we've actually got to fight, wasn't it?
I found through doing the video where Tony Blair was mentioned, I'm going to get fucking roasted, just was mention his name, I'm sure, that as an American with his response to 9/11, I appreciated his response, but I've definitely been told by everybody that he is a fucking war criminal and he is not liked by anybody, and I understand now, I get it. A lot of us over here feel the same way about George Bush. Many people feel like the Iraqi people were saved, even if it was unnecessary. That country's been shit show ever since, so I'm not so sure about that either, but either way, we're not going to get into that. But here's Al making light of it, right? Like, hey, because it's comedy, so we can laugh at things. See? We can laugh because that's what comedy's all about. Let's just take a moment and enjoy the face that I've paused Al on here. It's brilliant.
Got to stay match fit in case the Germans try again.
Match fit.
I've been too quiet for too long. I mean, they're saying Iraq's turning into a new Vietnam. Oh no, loads more fucking miserable films with Yanks in. Now, no, we had to help you. We had to help the Americans because they've never won one on their own before, have they? And they came to the experts, undefeated World War champions of the world, because the British are...
We won the Civil War. Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Army. The British Army works on a simple
We lost
system,
it too.
Yeah? The American Army, a dog's breakfast with all due respect, because the battle plan for Iraq was a disaster, wasn't it? Because what did they do? And we all knew it was a rubbish battle plan. You knew, didn't Heidi? You knew, didn't you, love? And it doesn't concern you, sweetheart. Everyone knew. The boys knew the Yanks were going to fuck it up, didn't you, fellas? You knew, didn't you? You knew. Yeah, Ludwig. Yeah, you knew with your detailed understanding of military campaigns. We all knew. Phil knew. Yeah, as Vera slammed the phone down on him, and yet again, he knew. You boys, you knew, didn't you? Yeah? Yeah, the American battle plan, you knew, didn't you, Andrew? Your head full of uniforms.
I love this. I've got to see a whole show one time because... Through the different Al Murray things I've done, everyone says to me, well, he gets to know the audience ahead of time. The callbacks are amazing. The remembering people's names and the little nuances about them. Again, brilliant.
Oh, those poor boys. We all knew. Because what did the Americans do? Basic, bottom line, battlefield error. They sent Marines, water soldiers,
into the
and they
desert.
sent them to fight in the fucking desert.
Yeah.
How was that ever going to work? Baghdad's a 5-hour drive at best if you ignore the speed cameras. 3 weeks in a speedboat. Come on, fellas. Back that old bus, boys. Come on. Fuck it, let's pedal. I don't know what I've been told. Nonsense.
I don't know what I've been told. Wow. I thought that was good.
So what did we do? We're in the desert. We did the obvious thing. We sent the desert rats. Because the clue is in the fucking name. Phone rings. We're in the desert. We'll send the desert rats then. It's obvious, George. That was just stupid. Yeah? Yeah, all right, OK. I'll tell him to paint the van, yeah. Oh, get away from me. Now, the point is... Yeah, because that's how the British Army works, isn't it, fellas? On a simple job name description allocation system basis. Because we are the most sensible, normal, down-to-earth people in the world, yeah? The British Army works on a job name description allocation system basis. Very simple, yeah? You've got the desert rats for fighting in the desert. It's obvious, isn't it, yeah? You've got the parachute regiment for parachuting. It's obvious, isn't it, yeah? You've got the Royal Engineers for going behind enemy lines and putting out cones, haven't you, fellas? Slow the traffic down to 20 for no fucking reason whatsoever. Stand in a luminous top and do nothing, disrupting the enemy's infrastructure. Fucking brilliant work, fellas. We've got the Scots Guards keeping an eye on the Scots. Oh, yeah. Got the Irish Guards keeping an eye on the Irish. Not so busy anymore. And of course, now we're all friends. And of course, the Welsh Guards for simply keeping an eye on the Welsh. Mind you, there's nothing to guard in Wales since they dug out all the coal. They should have paced themselves, really. Now, the point is, we've got the Horse Guards for guarding the horses, haven't we? Yeah? Horse artillery for firing horses at the enemy. Freaking them out. Achtung, horse! And of course, the light infantry for fighting during the day. It's a simple system. Special forces soldiers who can't read. A simple system. Laid out plain and simple so the Queen, who's a woman, can understand how her army works. You can't argue that.
Ooh, boy. Took the woman shot at the end there, Al. What's up, buddy? That was freaking hilarious. Jeez, I was wiping tears from my eyes at one point there. He just had me going. Al, man, God, I love you, bro. I seriously do. I do, because you talk about the hard stuff and you make it so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed another installment of Al Murray. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell. Come back and hang out. Squirrel Squad's growing. It's big. Get on board now while you can. I mean, you can always get on board, but it's more fun to say I was there in the beginning. I get to say that. Anyways, why do you guys get to say that? I love interacting with some of the same people over and over. We're always there to lift the squirrel up and help me out. Man, some of you guys are just amazing. Most of you, all you guys are amazing. Well, I get the occasional person who's not so amazing, but even they're amazing, and they don't even realize it. I realize how amazing they are, though. So that's all that matters, I suppose, as long as I think you're amazing, right? All right, you amazing people. I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you. I say that a lot because I mean it a lot. Be good. Take care of yourselves. Scroll out.